Hey, everybody. Welcome to Start a List with Carol and Stacy. I'm Stacy,
I'm Carol.
and we're so excited to have you join us for episode 5 of our podcast. For those of you that have not tuned in before, welcome. And so, Carol and I decided to name our podcast Start a List because we often use that term when we're texting each other to say, hey, I start a list and we will just name off topics so we don't forget what they are. And so that is how our title came to be. So if you're new, just kind of wanted to revisit that a little bit. Thanking everybody that's been listening and subscribing and liking and commenting. We really love all the feedback. It's been fabulous. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, or you can watch us on YouTube. So, speaking of starting a list, we're going to start a list today. And our topic for our list is customer service.
Now, one of my favorite, very close to my heart topics.
Yeah, close to your heart. Carol's been
Yeah.
going through it with customer service lately. I mean, for probably 2 weeks now, we've been having discussions about your adventures in customer service.
Yes. Well, unfortunately I had to change bank accounts or change banks. And so you can just imagine everything, every bill I pay, every auto deposit, from any of my retirement or anything had to be changed over. And it was a
Ooh, hassle.
huge hassle, huge mess. I think every customer service recording that's out there. And I would call Stacy and say, seriously, they just said blah, blah, blah. And I would tell her, she was like, what? But yeah,
Funny.
I know you guys are all familiar with the standard, you dial in and then what happens, Stacy? You end up
Well,
with,
they give you your menu options. And
Mhm.
sometimes there's a lot of menu options. There have been times where I forgot the first menu option by the time it got to the end. So you always have your menu options, and they tell you to listen
Yes,
closely because their
yes.
menu options have always changed. Always.
Which
That
I
has to be
don't,
somebody's job, just to go around changing the menu
I
options.
don't know. I mean, you're not a restaurant, so why are you changing your menu options? I don't know. But yeah, normally you get that and then followed by something about it being recorded or
Oh,
something.
yeah. This call will be recorded for quality assurance. And then they always ask you to stay on the line at the end of the call for a brief survey, which I never stay on the line for.
Why would you want to? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm bored. I'm gonna call customer service so I can take some surveys.
Oh, call and see if their menu items have changed since the last time I
Yes.
called.
Yeah. My favorite one, and unfortunately, I had to call this before for other reasons, but not for
Mhm.
customer service. But the one I really don't get is I would call, I think I called, I don't even know, maybe the electric company or the water company, I need to change my payment method. And of course, I went through the whole menu thing. They told me that it was being recorded, but then they said if I was having a medical emergency, to hang up and call 911. So I was like, okay, I'm a little confused, but okay. But literally, they all tell you that no
Yeah.
matter what you're calling about.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Sorry, I'm yawning. It's the middle of the day. I probably need some caffeine.
well, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, well, anyway, I was just like, okay, I'm very familiar with the menu options being changed. I know I'm being recorded. I know to listen carefully. So I'd get ready, and then I'd be like, all right, and I'd dial the number. But one of them that was kind of funny, the guy said, once I, entered this number, enter that number. And then he said, hi, I'm AI. Please be kind while I help you. And I thought, wait, if you're AI,
Please
I
be
mean, I guess,
kind.
yeah, please be kind. And I thought, okay. I mean, I'm like, was that a question? I was confused. But anyway, And then followed by something ridiculous like, please enter your 17-digit code.
Yeah.
And I will play music while you gather that information. And I'm like, I've heard elevator music, I've heard terrible piano bar music, I've heard something that really loud. I've heard everything. But yeah, that's been quite a challenge, and it has really been exhausting. I've been pretty frustrated with it.
It is frustrating and exhausting, but you've also been able to find the humor in it as you so often do.
Oh yeah. I was
And no offense to anybody that works in customer service, okay? Like somebody's
no.
got to do that job, right? And I'm sure they deal with annoying people all the time.
And what? True. And
But it's you before you even get to a human, that's the problem. Like I think we were
Yeah.
saying, like you've pressed the button to talk to a person 10 times. And to even if you get a person, I mean, you're successful. Well,
I'm going to disagree with you there. And here's why.
sorry.
Well, this was just my experience. I would get a person, and I'll take it back. I had one really helpful person, one out of about 18 to 20 experiences. But I mean, they were trying to help me, but apparently I can't be helped. So anyway, I thought they were like, type, punch in your date of birth, confirm your account number. I'm doing all this. If I mean, on my phone, the numbers were this long of everything, press 1 and I had 1. And then I was, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. 1, I press 1 again.
Oh, the worst is the voice when they say, press 1 or say, and then they give you your word and you say the word and it still won't do it. And you're yelling into the phone. Like if you say it louder, the little computer is going to understand you better. Yeah, that's
true.
Frustrating too.
And maybe that's why they said, please be kind. But I'm thinking, well, if you say something mean, they would pick up on that and say, I'm sorry, I did not appreciate that. But I mean, if I'm yelling like I did, I'm not going to lie. I was like, yes, a couple of times because, I kept pressing 1 and they would say, I didn't quite get that. And I would do it again. And I was just like, okay, I am up to here. But anyway,
I have had a couple of really good experiences where I called somewhere. I can't remember where it was. It's been a long time ago. And I had to call back and the person gave me their name. And I thought, oh yeah, okay. You probably all have that name. Like everybody that gets hired there is told their name, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
And so I thought, yeah, I'll call back and it'll be some other dude named Bob or whatever. I actually did get the same person. And that was probably one of my most successful customer service tales, but I can't remember what it was for, but I did. I had to call twice and they were like, I want to help you solve this. I'm going to do some research on their end, but I was not convinced I was ever going to talk to him again, but I did.
Well, that's awesome. I just couldn't understand why I was put all the numbers in, doing everything I was being told. I was following all the rules of the automated system. And then when I got to the person, they proceeded to ask me the exact same things I had just spent 4 minutes typing in.
Yeah.
Confirm your name, address, phone number, blood type, on and on and on. And so I was just like, okay, why did I just spend all that time punching in all of that information if you can't see it and you're asking me to confirm it again? I don't
I just did it. Can't you see it on your screen? Well, I made the mistake because, like I said, we've been having these conversations for a couple weeks now, literally. And I made the mistake of saying, I hate calling places. So if there's the option for the chat at the bottom, I'll always try it. Now, sometimes you do get an automated AI response. I don't want that. I want the person that's typing on the other end, like, hi, I'm Kathy. I'll be your customer service agent today.
Right. Right.
I want the human. So I tell Carolyn, like, try chatting. Like you ain't got to talk to anybody.
Well, okay. So I was I haven't been on vacation in years. I've been planning for 2 years to go on vacation with my family. And we need to flights and a rental for vehicle for while we're at the destination. So I'm, going through there looking at what can I use my points for, whatever. And I thought, well, I've got a couple of questions about because I got a confirmation number. I thought, okay, we're getting somewhere. Got all my list, everything. I'm lining up my trip. And I thought, I'm gonna try what Stacy said. I'm gonna jump on the chat. It was some kind of car rental company. And so I get on their website and I start doing the chat. And I saved the chat messages because I was like, what just happened? But I was like, because I had gotten a invoice for like, let's just say it was for $400. And I thought, okay, wait, I thought I was using points to pay for the rental. And then it said something about on the day of pickup, you will owe this much. And I thought, oh, well, when I get to the friendly counter lady person, human, they're going to say, would you like to use your points? And then it won't be the $400. So I got kind of like, okay, this is going to be good. So I chatted. I said, is it correct? Am I understanding correctly that I will get to use some points toward the purchase of this rental? And she typed back and said, I'm sorry. I need your confirmation number. And I was like, okay. So typed in the confirmation number.
Here we go again.
Here I go again. And I see 3 dots. So I'm assuming she's either reading it or typing. And it said she was typing. And then she said, hello, are you still there? And I'm looking, waiting on her to respond. And I said, yes. And she said, please respond before we get timed out or whatever. And I'm like, what? I mean, it's like real time texting. Oh no, I timed out, even though I answered her. So then a new person jumped on and said, hello, this is whoever it was. How can I help you? I went through the whole thing again. Will I be able to use my points? And she came back and said, I'm sorry, I'm going to need your confirmation number. So yet again, 3rd time, I entered my confirmation number. And she said, let me check on that for you. And I'm thinking, okay, all right, good. This lady knows what she's doing.
You're getting somewhere.
I'm getting somewhere. And she comes back and says, unfortunately, you will not be able to use any points toward the purchase of this rental until after you pay. And I'm like, okay. I said, so any points that accrue after I paid for the rental would go toward the next rental. Is that correct? Because I just wanted to understand it.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm sorry, I do not understand and I cannot help you. Have a nice day and stay happy. Bye-bye. And cut me off. Like, wait.
Oh,
Rewind, because first of all, I'm not happy. So don't tell me to stay happy. And second of all, you just kicked me off of the chat that I've been on twice.
that's my fault because I said to go to chat. It's easier. Carol got kicked off the chat.
I got kicked off and was told to stay happy when I was not happy. But I mean, whatever. I thought, and literally I said, okay, out loud, in my house by myself, out loud, I said, okay, I'm done with this for today. And I scooched it over in my big pile of to-do stuff and I gave up. I mean, who gets kicked out of a chat?
Apparently
Me.
you.
Uh-huh.
No rental car for Carol.
Yeah.
Oh my
I have a
Lord.
confirmation number, so yes,
You might have a confirmation number if you pay full price for it. They do not want you using your points. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Why am I even earning points? I can't use my points. I can't chat. I can't rent a car. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So
That's
anyway,
aggravating.
it was.
And we're talking about the kind of customer service, not like you go to the store customer service, but when you call people. I mean, there's lots of different types of customer service. But so always be kind to your restaurant workers and grocery store workers and, people in the public that you have to deal with. Be kind to them because,
Yes,
it's a hard job working with people in the public. I mean,
I
even
mean,
when we
that's
were teaching, we did customer service, didn't we? With
we
parents.
did. We tried to be kind because it is frustrating if you're on the other end and you really do need help.
Yeah.
And
Well, I needed help recently with a return, and I had, long story short, gotten for Christmas a new craft table that was temporarily on this wall, and I'd ordered it from Amazon. It wasn't anything to massive, but it did cost like $165. So it was our fault. We put it together. We should have inspected it. But when we got it done and flipped it over, the whole top of it had this one section that was really like it wasn't glued down right. You could see hunks of glue. It was just,
Ugh.
and it was brand new. So
Mhm.
I start the process of, I find the company on Amazon and start the process of inquiring about getting a new top or whatever they want to do about it. This was probably 4 or 5 back and forth emails. They responded right away. They were very nice. Can you please send us a picture and your order number? So I
Mhm.
take a picture, I send them the order number, which was from Amazon. And several days went by, but in their defense, it was the holidays. So I get another message back, and what did they say? They had to send the picture to another department, whatever, returns or whatever it was called, and that I
The
should get
inspector department,
the inspector
inspection department.
department. And I should hear back within 24 hours of what their resolution was going to be. Well, in my mind at this point, I'm getting aggravated and I'm like, I already have, if the resolution is not up to my standards, I'm done.
Oh,
Okay.
I kind of like, yeah, like me. I said, okay, I'm done for
Yeah.
today.
So I open up my email and now, mind you, I'd bought this thing after tax was about 180 something bucks. I did get it on Prime, so I could still return it.
That's a lot of money to
Well, it
have
is
invested,
for something that's dinged up, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
it's probably going to get worse over time. The
Yeah.
resolution was in the email. I was instructed to glue it down myself, and
No.
they would give me 10% back, which averages to be about $62 for
You
my
have got to
trouble.
be kidding
No,
me.
for my trouble. I sent back an email the first
Uh-uh.
week, came upstairs and
Mm-mm.
jerked it apart, shoved it back in the box. And my response to them was, no, that's not an acceptable. I'm not gluing something
Oh,
back together that I didn't tear up that's brand new. Thank you anyways. It's on its way back.
yes.
They didn't
You
respond to that.
you didn't take the $16?
I didn't. No. I was like, are you kidding me? So technically I don't have a Christmas gift because that was my Christmas gift and I haven't found a satisfactory replacement yet.
You'll have to let us know if you do get a satisfactory return.
I did get my money back already, so it's done.
Oh, but you didn't buy a new one?
Not yet.
Another one?
I just was aggravated. I'm like, I'm done with this. Like you, I shoved it to the side and I'm over it right now.
I was
So,
worried about the new one being messed up, if that one was messed
well,
up.
I won't order from them again.
Well, I think the most annoying thing I heard during my little adventure fiasco customer service, whatever, I don't know what it was after I had entered my information, they said, congratulations, you have been chosen to automatically answer a survey at the end, kind of like you were saying, but they acted like I had won the chance to do the survey. And I was like,
oh, no
no,
thanks.
thank you.
I
Yeah,
declined my prize.
yeah, I mean, send me a $5 gift card or anything, but don't tell me I've won the chance to give you a survey. Well,
So
and
silly.
speaking of surveys, when I did get kicked off the chat, the survey popped up.
Did you
On a
take it?
scale of, I took it, and I'm sure you can guess what number I punched in.
I'm also
A
can guess that
scale
they
of-
didn't care.
A scale of 1 to 5, yes. And how satisfied are you? And I'm like, no,
I'm not even a 1. I'm no stars. 0 out of 5.
Mm-mm. So I did. I did take that survey,
Oh,
but
my
no,
gosh.
I know it's tough on those people. I'm sure, and I'm sure they hear everything known to man.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. I
And,
would never want
you know,
that job.
Not, yeah, I would not want to help people with their problems, even though that's kind of what you do as a daughter, mom, teacher. Anyway, you do help people problem solve, but my
Well, you're
goodness.
also a customer service representative on behalf of your dad because you help him out a lot. So not only are you dealing with your own customer service, you're dealing with your dad's
Yeah.
customer service.
Yeah, I am the customer service department for him. Bless his little heart. He's 90 years old, but he says he's
Yes.
91. And so, okay, we at this point we just let him be whatever number he
Yes.
wants to be.
Just be 91.
And I'll let him eat and do whatever, if you want to eat bonbons all day, every day, go for it. When I'm 90, if I live to be that long, watch out. I will be doing
Oh, no.
exactly as I
Oh.
please. But a funny story, we had a meeting, a bank meeting or something, and the lady came in and said to my dad, we understand you're a very special customer. And he said, I am indeed. And he said, I've been told I'm the oldest member of this bank that is still alive in the entire
Oh.
world. Because I
Yeah.
thought, is he making that up? Like, what is he saying? You can't really filter what they say. And sure enough, she got on her computer and looked it up. My dad is the oldest living member of this bank, and we got a coffee mug and a Yeti.
Now, it
for
used
him.
to not be Bank of America, right? You said it used to be.
No, it was Commerce Union Bank.
Yes.
And I remember it as a child. So
Mhm.
it's very, very old.
I mean, they should put his picture up at the bank.
Well, he said to me, he thinks they're going to want him to star in a commercial.
Well, I mean, they should.
So,
I mean, those two cups were lovely.
yeah.
But
he literally, they looked it up and they said, you are correct, sir. You've been a member of this bank for 72 years.
Holy moly. Well, look at that customer service. You got free cups.
I got another metal cup for me to draw up on my toe or to whatever.
Nothing like being a member of a bank for 72 years, and that's the thanks you get.
Yeah. Thank you for spending your entire life with us. But yeah, he really does. He said, I'll have to get my hair cut and everything. I know, because he thinks they want to film him in a commercial. So I'm going to be working on that next. I'm going to be calling corporate to see.
You do that.
And when to have him ready for filming, but bless my sweet daddy. He bless his heart. That's all I got to say. It's just
well, you're a good daughter. You're helping him out. Well, so I don't think I have any more. Like, you've had a lot of experience lately with customer service. I don't think I have any more. I had another bad return situation, but as my mom will sometimes say, people can't do their jobs. And
that is true.
I had traveled to one of our malls, which from my house, it's like a 45-minute drive to try on some shoes that were not cheap, but I have a bad foot. We've talked about our feet. And I really wanted to try these shoes on because I was like, oh, they have good support. But they're like $150 pair of shoes. I didn't want to just order them. So I truck it out there. I tried 2 different styles. One I immediately eliminated because it wouldn't stay on my foot. And then the other one was a little tennis shoe. And there was a guy helping me. And he proceeded to inform me that I should not buy cheap shoes, but buy cheap shirts. So I'm like, duly noted, sir. Thank you.
Oh,
so
good
I spent
advice.
quite a bit of time in these shoes. So it was very obvious which one I wanted. So lo and behold, they didn't have my size. So he's like, well, we can order them for you. I'm like, fine, whatever. Let's do that. Okay. So I go pay for these shoes. He's like, you'll have them in a few days. I get the shoes. I'm so excited. I'm going to wear my supportive, cute little tennis shoes. I open them up. Oh, it's the loafers. It was, in fact, not the shoe I wanted, nor the one I had stood in for 10 minutes staring at myself. He wasn't listening. So we have that same store close to my house. They just don't happen to carry this bougie of a shoe. So I was able to return it. And the lady was like, I mean, do you want me to get you another one? And I was like, no. I mean, I was over it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you. I was over it. I don't want, never mind.
Here's Stacy. I'm going barefoot for the rest of my life.
Well,
Just
I
forget
said, I
it.
found them. I said, I found them cheaper on Amazon.
Oh,
And
good.
then I'm throwing what I think is the receipt into the box. And she picks it up. She goes, ma'am, this is your, where had I been? Oh, she goes, this is your Wendy's receipt. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I guess you don't
yes,
want
she
that.
did.
Anyway, so I'm not having luck lately on purchasing items because I keep having to return them.
No, I know it's frustrating, and
It is.
I need to buy some like comfy yoga pants or whatever. Well, they're either skin tight
Uh,
or coming up to my neck. I mean, I can't. I'm like,
and we're both tall, so if they go up to our necks, that's
yeah,
something
they're
else.
like, I'm thinking, well, I need a little more room. I'll buy the tall version. Well, then I'm stepping on them and dragging. It's tough to find good fitting pants, shoes.
Oh yeah,
Everything.
well, 100%. I feel like other people in the world probably have some pretty funny or unfortunate customer service stories. So if you guys
Yeah.
want to leave us some comments in the chat or in the
Yes.
comment section, we will read them and
Yeah.
talk about them again. So please share your funny customer service stories with us.
Yes, please do. I'm pretty sure there may be a couple of you that have one or two, but anyway, I have to kind of wrap up for today. I have a little funny joke. I think it was a customer service representative that wrote it, and she said, "I scanned the customer in the eyes with the barcode reader because he was being rude." I'm like, what?
She went,
And then she went beep right into his eyes. And she said, he was being so rude to me. And she said, you should have seen his face. You should have seen the look on his face. It was priceless. I'm like,
oh, that's so
that-
funny.
I love that. Yeah. So anyway, I think I'll send us on our way. Again, thank you for listening and commenting and subscribing
Yep.
and following. We
Yes.
want to remind you it's time to dispatch the detach. Remember, don't make a fist.
Start the list.
list.
All right. See you guys next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.